I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Peace and blessings be upon you all. Before the moon of the blessed month of Shaban is sighted, whoever recites this surah only 7 times can unlock even the locked doors of fate and destiny. Respected viewers, only a few days, rather just a few hours, are left in the month of Rajab, and the upcoming month is Shaban. This is the 8th month of the Islamic calendar, a month full of acceptance, grace, and blessings. For those whose fortunes are ruined, whose destinies seem unlucky, whose homes are filled with poverty and hardship, whose businesses are closed, and whose difficulties never seem to end, for those struggling with persistent family disputes and problems that have been following them for years, reciting this blessed surah 7 times before the moon of Shaban is sighted is the key. Dear viewers, have firm faith. Whatever you ask from Allah, He will grant it for the sake of His beloved Prophet, peace be upon him. Everyone eagerly awaits this blessed month. I have personally waited eagerly for Shaban so that I can recite this blessed surah before the sighting of its moon and illuminate my destiny. Many of you are devoted followers of the Prophet. Peace be upon him. In fact, every believer is. Today, I bring you a special supplication, Wazifa, that when recited will ensure that whatever you ask from Allah, you will receive it, inshallah. Sometimes, just by reciting this Quranic surah, Allah fulfills all needs instantly. Sometimes, the moment this practice, Wazifa, is completed, destinies change. This method works urgently. It brings quick results, fulfills all needs, removes all difficulties and problems, and grants abundant wealth and sustenance. So, whoever wishes to be blessed before Shaban begins, whoever wants to unlock the doors of fate before the sighting of the moon of Shaban, whoever seeks peace and blessings in their home, freedom from family disputes, relief from childlessness, unemployment, or any kind of hardship, must perform this practice before the moon of Shaban appears. The righteous say that when the month of Shaban arrives, it brings happiness and prosperity. The person who pleases Allah before Shaban is truly fortunate. Pay attention. The one who pleases Allah before Shaban begins will become beloved to Allah. Whatever they ask for in the month of Shaban, they will receive, inshallah. Those who weep and plead before Allah in Shaban will have all their needs fulfilled. However, those who fail to seek Allah's pleasure before Shaban and waste the special moments of divine acceptance in negligence will never succeed. Scholars explain that when a new moon appears, it brings a significant impact on one's fate and destiny. So, if you wish to start a new chapter in life with the sighting of Shaban's moon, a life where you never have to bow before anyone but Allah, then take action now, so that you never have to beg from anyone, nor wander from door to door in need before the new moon of Shaban appears. Recite this Quranic surah just 7 times. Any household where this surah is recited 7 times before the sighting of the moon of Shaban will have all its needs fulfilled by Allah as soon as the moon appears. The children of that house will become prosperous and wealthy. Brothers and sisters, the days before Shaban are very special, filled with acceptance, honor, and immense blessings. For the sake of Allah, leave aside all worldly affairs and recite this Quranic surah 7 times before the moon of Shaban appears. You will see that the treasures of the 7 heavens and the earth will be written in your destiny. Dear viewers, you can perform this supplication, Wazifa, at any time, today, tomorrow, but try to do it before the moon of Shaban is sighted. You can recite it after the Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha or Tahajjud prayers whenever you find time, but it must be done before the new moon appears. It is essential to complete this practice before hearing the news of the moon's sighting. Now, dear viewers, let's learn how to perform this wazifa. But before that, I request you, if you want your name to be included in our special congregational prayer, write your name and location in the comment box where you are watching or listening to this. Inshallah, your name will be mentioned in our special prayer, and we will ask Allah to fulfill your needs and solve your problems through His mercy and grace. How to perform the wazifa before the moon of Shaban appears. Whenever you get the time, sit in a state of wudu, ablution. First, recite Durud-e Pak, salutations upon the Prophet, peace be upon him, 3 times. Brothers and sisters, you can recite any durud. You can recite the simple and short Sallallahu Alaihi wa alihi wa sallam or Sallallahu ala Muhammad. You can also recite the full Durud Ibrahimi, which is the most virtuous of all, as our beloved Prophet, peace be upon him, preferred it above all other forms of Durud. Let us recite Durud Ibrahimi together for blessings. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammad kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majidun. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadi kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidun Majidun. After reciting Durud-e Pak 3 times, you must make an intention, niyyah, for your specific need. Whatever intention you make today, as soon as the new moon appears, your need will be fulfilled, inshallah. For example, if you desire a new house, then ask Allah for it. A car, then ask Allah for it. A job, marriage, freedom from debt, healing from illness. Whatever your need is, no matter how big, Allah's beloved servants say that as soon as this surah is recited, the need is fulfilled immediately. Once you make your intention, you should text continues. Begin the wazifa by reciting A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. I seek refuge in Allah from the accursed Satan, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. The first step of this wazifa is the recitation of Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Dear viewers, the righteous scholars say that when a person begins any important task with Bismillahir rahmanir rahim, all worldly and satanic effects, whether they are evil eye, envy, magic, or jinn-related, are completely eliminated. Thus, before the moon of Shaban is sighted, whoever recites this wazifa of Bismillahir rahmanir rahim will, inshallah, start a new life with no sorrows, no difficulties, no need to beg from anyone, no need to bow before anyone. What could be better than this, dear viewers? Any work that begins with Bismillahir rahmanir rahim is blessed by Allah, filled with divine protection, and made easy. Success becomes attainable. How to perform this wazifa? You must recite Bismillahir rahmanir rahim 21 times on the fingers of your right hand or on the beads of a tasbih, prayer beads. Important guidelines. Follow the exact sequence mentioned. Sometimes people recite more or less by mistake, so ensure you count exactly 21 times. While reciting, silently make your du'as, supplications, in your heart. Whatever you wish for, relief from difficulties, financial success, peace of mind, continue to ask Allah as you recite. You will start to feel a sense of peace, and your worries will begin to fade. After reciting Bismillahir rahmanir rahim 21 times, the second part of the wazifa is to recite a Quranic surah. The surah to recite, Surah Al-Fatihah. Surah Al-Fatihah is also called Surah Ash-Shifa, the chapter of healing. Recite the following: Bismillahir rahmanir rahim, Alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen, Ar-Rahmanir Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim, Sirata alladhina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim wala dhalin. Surah Al-Fatihah, the opening. Recite Surah Al-Fatihah exactly 7 times before the moon of Shaban appears. Why 7 times? There are 7 days in a week, 7 heavens, 7 layers of the earth. When you recite Surah Al-Fatihah 7 times before the moon of Shaban appears, Allah will provide for you from the 7 heavens and the 7 earths, inshallah. The person who says that they do not benefit from the prayer or that their supplications are not accepted should read this Quranic surah 7 times before the new moon of Shaban appears. After reading it, raise your hands and ask Allah, inshallah, whatever you ask for will be granted. One must make a sincere request to Allah. And remember, when reading Surah Al-Fatihah 7 times, it should not be rushed. It must be read with love, faith, respect, peace, and attention. Surah Al-Fatihah is a way to thank Allah. It also leads to the straight path and is a special means of making Allah pleased. After reading Surah Al-Fatihah 7 times, the third and final prayer is the invocation of Allah's attributes. This powerful invocation is Ya Ganiyu, which makes the reader wealthy and removes all financial limitations. It turns a beggar into a king and removes the poverty that may have lasted for generations. If someone says that they are unable to earn or have faced poverty for years, they should read Surah Al-Fatihah 7 times and then recite Ya Ganiyu 11 times. This invocation has a special effect, and when it is read with full attention, it will bring Allah's blessings. If someone wishes for wealth or removal of financial struggles, this prayer will bring a miraculous change. It is said that when someone prays and reads Quranic verses or engages in dhikr, Allah feels shy not to fulfill that person's needs. Sometimes mistakes can happen in our asking or our supplications, but Allah's gifts never have a deficiency. So, before the new moon of Shaban appears, recite the Ya Ganiyu invocation on your right fingers or beads 11 times. During the recitation, avoid talking to anyone. This way, you will be protected from any distractions, and Allah will be pleased with your request. Allah's angels present your deeds, and if they see that you have read Ya Ganiyu, Allah will approve and grant your wish. These are the blessed moments of Shaban. Whatever you ask for during these moments will be granted. The new moon of Shaban is bringing happiness, blessings, and mercy. Therefore, leave aside all worldly affairs and make sure to read these 3 prayers in the specified order before the new moon appears. When you complete these prayers as instructed, all your needs will be fulfilled. Then, you must recite Darud-e-Pak, salutations upon the Prophet, 3 times, as you did at the beginning of the prayer. After completing this prayer, raise your hands and ask Allah. This is a prayer so powerful that, inshallah, no supplication of yours will be rejected. This prayer is extremely strong, and through it, Allah, the Lord of Honor, will relieve you from financial hardships and grant you ease. You will also receive good news. You must perform this prayer with complete faith, trust, and sincerity. I can confidently say that whatever purpose you aim for with this prayer, inshallah, it will be fulfilled. My prayer to Allah is that He accepts both my speaking and your listening in His holy court, and may He grant what we ask for and even what we did not ask for. Ameen, Ya Rabbul Alameen. Lastly, I request you to share one of Allah's 99 names in the comment box for blessings, abundance, and prosperity in your livelihood. May Allah be your helper and supporter. Ameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.